So this is the very first one. Maybe on the cover you can get a sense of this 60s
yes, definitely,
style.
Definitely.
Generous in terms of the amount of illustrations, building the foundation of the character. And then you can see the earlier ones. Katitzi is running away, Katitzi in the snake pit. Björn Hedlund continued to make the covers and the illustrations for the subsequent books, but he changed styles, as you can see. It became a little bit more realistic and almost rustic, you could say.
This is more like, I mean, this looks certainly more folkloric,
yeah.
These like two than the first edition, for sure, yeah.
And pretty soon it was translated. First into the other Nordic languages, Katitzi ja Vinki, which is in Finnish. And then after the fall of the Berlin Wall, the books were translated into Eastern European languages. So we can see some of them here. And eventually, it also became a comic, but it was so popular. It sold in so many copies, and it was borrowed so many times at libraries that some people thought that this could even work as a comic book. I think it's fascinating to think about that they saw the potential in material like this, which today I don't think many publishers of that kind would pick up on.
Is it again like kind of the same as Björn Langhammer, like kind of continuing, or like is it another?
Yes, in this case it's him. But with these books, which are like a mix between a comic book and the story itself, it is another illustrator. So the story is shortened, where everything is a bit more sweet.
It's of course a very different tone than the first edition.
And interestingly, the last one, which is when she has come of age, really, it's a photograph of Katarina Taikon on the cover. The first English edition, or translation and edition, is actually part of this book. It's a double publication with the first Katitzi book in English, plus the first biography on Katarina Taikon by Laven Moktadi. She did plenty of research, and she managed to do it also when Rosa Taikon, the sister of Katarina, was still alive. Rosa was a well-known silversmith and a co-fighter in terms of the Roma cause in Sweden. And here is also the famous photograph of Katarina Taikon and Martin Luther King. They did meet in Stockholm when Martin Luther King was on his way to Oslo to get the Nobel Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, wow.
I think it's important to think about Katitzi when the books were published. Concern with what we would call qualitative children's culture was entirely different. And it affected us.